Congressional Cup 2012, presented by the Long Beach Yacht Club and supported by these fine sponsors.
10 of the top match racing teams in the world are waiting here on the dock for the breeze to fill in for this fourth day of the Congressional Cup here in Long Beach, California. Hi, I'm Tucker Thompson from T2P TV, and this has been one of the closest Congressional Cups in recent history in terms of competition. In fact, almost every single team can still mathematically make it into the semifinals with only 4 more flights to sail.
There are 3 teams currently tied for 4th place in this regatta, among them Simone Federese, William Tiller, and this man, Eric Mannen, who is in the pre-start against Taylor Canfield in a must-win. After the dial-up, the teams from the right-hand side re-approach the line. It's Mannen to leeward of Canfield, who sits in a solid 3rd for this regatta so far. At the gun, it is a split tack start. Canfield to the left, Mannen here on port to the right. The first shift, a righty, and Mannen is off to an early lead. Around the top mark, and it is Mannen in charge. While Mannen leads in his match, another competitor that needs every point is Federese. The bad news is he's behind Jury, who he needs to beat. The good news, there's a penalty to Jury. At the leeward mark with Jury, he's in a bit of trouble here. Federese's done a good job closing the gap on the downwind run. Jury has got to stay ahead and still shed that penalty. Heading towards the finish on the final run, it's Mannen comfortable over Canfield. So this team will live to fight another match and tie the score with Canfield. Back at the top mark in a match Federese needs to win. Jury is stopping him up. Here's where Jury will try to shed that blue flag penalty as the headsails come down. Jury goes bow down. It looked like he was going to set, but then he froze. Federese is stuck to windward of him. No penalty shed yet. We have sailed way past the upwind mark. Jury has to get a tack in and return to a downwind course or get Federese into an offsetting penalty to win. Big luff, here he goes, into the tack. Tack is complete, bearing off. Now both teams will rush to get the kites up, but not before Federese starts to pull forward. Each team has to win this match. With the kites up, now it's a split downwind to the finish. This is a nail-biter downwind. They are bow to bow. Both teams wheeling their boats forward towards the line. It's going to be close. The moment of truth as the teams converge. It's Federese with a little bit better breeze. He pulls forward, jives in front, and takes the lead. And Simone Federese has done what he needs to do to stay alive in this regatta. Nice job. Canfield no longer in a solid 3rd, is in a must-win. This time he's facing Dustin Durant on the starting line, and penalty flags are flying. Blue flag, Canfield has copped a penalty. Also in a must-win, Simone Federese, fresh off his last victory, will now face Will Tiller in the pre-start. Less than 2 minutes to the start. The dial-up is over with Federese now trying to get over the top of Tiller's bow. Round the committee boat and onto the line, Federace wins the start, and Tiller throws an immediate tack off the boat. The Italians respond. The final match in this flight is also a must-win for Eric Mannen. He's facing this man, Stefan Lindberg. Two-tacking it off the committee boat will be slow. At the leeward mark, Canfield is in big trouble. Durant is way out in front, and they still have a penalty to turn behind. And Federace comfortably leads his match over Tiller. Mannen, who needed this, is having big trouble against Stefan Lindberg, who mathematically might not make it into the semis, but he's beating Eric Mannen. Two strong finishes now for Federace as he wins his match over Tiller. Into the next flight, and Taylor Canfield is now in a must-win situation against the regatta's toughest competitor, Gavin Brady. At the start, Canfield has done what he needs to do. He's got a solid lead. Gavin is nowhere in sight. Halfway up the beat, we find Gavin Brady about 2.5 lengths behind Canfield. Two tacks later, Brady sets up to Canfield's left. And with that, Brady is right back in it. Few people have seen as much match racing as Gavin Brady. I wonder if that's on Canfield's mind. We're 4 boat lengths from the windward mark and a luff. Brady's in control at this point. They've drifted into the zone at the mark, but not before going backwards, just like a dial-up in the pre-start. The boats are tacking, flags have been flying, and we could see a penalty. After the boats speed up, Canfield accelerates first, slips to the inside, and tacks around the mark. He takes the lead. Superior speed has Brady right back in this match for the second time from behind. We're at the leeward mark now. Canfield will jibe to the inside. Brady has more speed. It's close. Canfield tacks right on top of Brady around the mark. Here comes Gavin again, a squeeze up into a potential tacking duel. But Canfield lets him go. Brady back at Canfield again from the left. Canfield dials him down, and there was a flag. The umpires make the call. It's green. They'll sail through the match behind. It's Lindberg and Tiller. Each one of them are tied on points. And that looks like a close match. Brady tacks in front of Canfield. Lay line for the top mark. Canfield has speed, but he'll slip to the outside. This is the final windward mark. Into the spinnaker sets. It'll be a sprint for home with Brady having a narrow lead. After the jibe, it's a real battle. Taylor Canfield has just pulled forward. Now he'll take the lead over Brady. At the finish, that is a big win for Canfield, and his crew knows it. They needed that win, and it was a big one over Brady. Into our final flight, Will Tiller will face Taylor Canfield. And if Canfield wins this, he'll secure his spot in the semifinals. The race is on after the gun right here off the committee boat. Tiller is in trouble. Canfield taps right on top of him, and Tiller will have to tack again or luff up slow to go over the committee boat. Two tacks later, and Canfield takes a comfortable lead. At the top mark, it is still Canfield in control. Canfield now in trouble. Tiller is pulling forward after the jibe. He's on his breeze. We're halfway down the run. Now it's Taylor's time to turn the tables. Canfield pulls forward over Tiller and breaks the overlap, heading into the leeward mark. Round the leeward mark, and Canfield has regained the lead. Into the finish, it's high fives and celebration aboard. Taylor, Canfield, and crew have made it to the semifinals. Much to the delight of the crowd on the Belmont Pier.
So the semifinals are set with Ian Williams, Gavin Brady, Simone Federese, and Taylor Canfield moving on tomorrow. Only one will win the Crimson Blazer and take home their share of a $60,000 cash prize. I'm Tucker Thompson for T2P TV. The conclusion of the Congressional Cup is tomorrow.
Congressional Cup 2012. Presented by the Long Beach Yacht Club. And supported by these fine sponsors.